today we are going to discuss another topic called sample size calculation. Uh, First of all, we would like to know that why we have to calculate the sample size. So whenever we are conducting a study or we are doing a research, we have to calculate a sample size based upon the study design. So different software are used to calculate the sample size, or you can calculate the sample size manually by different formulas. So here in this video I am going to introduce two different software which are used to calculate the sample size, and manually also we will try to find out that how to calculate the sample size for the proportions and for the observational studies. So the software which I am using right now, I will introduce you. The first one is AppyInfo and second one is the RawSoft. Let me share my presentation to you. Yes, it's visible. So sample size calculation for the proportions and the observational studies. What do you mean by sample size? So whenever we are conducting a study, sample size will be calculated from the population size. In statistics, the sample size will be represented as small n, whereas the population size will be represented as capital N. In previous days, when software was not there and just if any person want to conduct a small survey, what they used to do in previous days, they used to calculate a sample size based upon the number of the parameter which they are going to evaluate. For example, the number of parameter they want to evaluate, they want to see into 10. So this was the previous method. Nowadays we are not using this one. So we are using a different formula to calculate the sample size. As I told you that there are two different software. The first software is your AppyInfo StatCal, and second one we have a RawSoft. So this AppyInfo StatCal you can download in system as well as in your mobile, either Android or either iPhone, as a app, whereas the RawSoft directly you can use the software in the website of this particular software called RawSoft only. So how to do it, I will let you know by both. See, whenever you are going to use the AppyInfo, so you are going to get this window. In AppyInfo, there is a different options called create form, enter data, then create maps, and StatCal. Even you can see that classic and the visual dashboard. So the AppyInfo is not the only one, the thing by which means you can calculate the sample size. The software is used for other purposes also. You can create the different form and directly you can fill the form in your app if you are in the remote area, or the software is also used to do the statistical analysis of different studies. So we are using this one to calculate the sample size. For that purpose, we have to click on the this option called StatCal. So StatCal is the option if you want to calculate the sample size. This is the option StatCal. This we will click. So RawSoft we will discuss later. So how to do it? Whenever you will click on the StatCal, you are going to get a another window which will have a different options. That means, as you know, that whenever we are conducting a study, we have to decide the study design, that what will be the study design for our study. So based upon the study design, you can choose that for which you have to calculate the sample size. So based upon the different options, you are going to get a window which will ask you few things. So if you are going to fill those things, you are going to calculate the sample size for the a particular survey, or either it is your case control study, unmatched case control, chi-square design for the trend, like that. So for example, we have to calculate the sample size for the population survey, basically most common, and this will be called as the sample size calculation for the proportion as well as the sample size calculation for the observational study. So whenever you click on the population survey, you are going to get this window. So here the software is going to ask few different things to you, that what will be the population size, what is the expected frequency, and what is the confidence limit. So if you are going to fill these things, you are going to get a exact sample size for the confidence, different confidence level. For example, most of the academic researchers are taking confidence interval of their study as a 95%. So you can see in front of 95, the sample size was calculated as 94. So which formula is working behind this software, that I'm also going to discuss. So how to do it? Here you are going to add the population of the area where you want to conduct a study. For example, if I want to conduct a study in my college, so how many students are there in our college, that I'm going to fill here. That means the total number. Clear? So you can add the population of your city. You can add the population of your district or population. For example, if you want to conduct a study in all over India, so here I'm going to write the population of whole India. So this will be represented as capital N. So this will be represented as a capital N for the sample size calculation, and whatever you are going to see here, which will be calculated, this will be calculated as a small n. So first thing it will ask you that what is the population size. Second thing, it is going to ask you that what was the expected frequency. That means as per researcher or as per your hypothesis, that how much population is suffering from that particular disease in your area. So this you can take from the literature also. If you don't have number, or you have to assume that according to you how many persons are suffering from that particular disease or that particular disorder in that area. For example, we have filled here 10%. You can change this one also based upon the frequency, and after that it will ask you what is the confidence limit. So most of the academic researchers are taking 95% of confidence interval and 5% of chances of error in their research. So you have to fill here 5%. So lower the number of confidence limit, the study will have a more impact. So for example, if we have written here 5%, so I am going to take this 95. So this plus this should be equal to 100%. So as per 95%, if your population size is 5,000, your sample size for the study was found to be 94. So like this, you can calculate the sample size with the help of software called StatCal, or if you want to do it by any other mean, then you have to use the different formulas. So how this software are working behind which formula? The formula are given by a scientist called Yamane in 1967. Two different formulas are there. One is for the proportion and one is for the observational study. The formula which you are seeing on the top, this one is used for the observational study. Now this formula says what? Here it is representing small n. So small n is your sample size, and the formula for the sample size for the observational study is n naught divided by 1 plus n naught minus 1 divided by n. So you can see here how I'm going to do the calculation. Here n naught is representing to the mean of the other studies. For example, if you don't have the n naught number, what you can do, you can do the literature review of the different studies which are having correlation with your studies or the similar study which you are doing, and you can calculate the mean of 4 or 5 different studies. So that mean will be taken as a n naught. For example, here n naught I have taken as a 385. That means this is the mean of the studies which I have taken from the literature. Clear? And 1 plus 385 minus 1 divided by 2000. So here n I am taking as a 2000. That means capital N, that is the population size, I am taking 2000. This capital N is 2000, and this 385 is the mean of other studies. So you can see that the sample size which we have found was found to be 323. So this is for this formula will be used for the observational study, and we have another formula to calculate the sample size for the proportion. So given by a scientist called Yamane. What it says, Yamane provides a simplified formula to calculate the sample size, and the formula was used to calculate the sample size in two different tables, which I'm going to show you. Then that means table number 2 and table number 3, where we are using a confidence level equivalent to 95%. So the p-value we are going to use, and p-value here cutoff point will be 0.05. So 0.05 will be assumed in the equation. So what the formula says, formula is n, that is your sample size, equivalent to n. So the same, for example, I am going to take the example of 2000. So n is equal to 2000 divided by 1 plus n e square. So here e is going to represent that what will be the cutoff point or what will be the p-value for your study. So how the p-value will be chosen? You have to decide that what was the confidence interval of your study. For example, if confidence interval of your study is 95%, then p-value will be 0.05. If the confidence interval of the study is 94%, then your p-value will be 0.06. If your confidence interval is 97%, then your p-value will be 0.03. So how the sample size for the proportion will be calculated, you can see here in the example, where n is the sample size, this n is a sample size, and this capital N is the population size, and E is representing to the cutoff point of the p-value and for the significant value, that is 0.05, and 2000 is the population size. And this population size, if you want to find out that what was the capital N of your study, so what you can do, if you don't know the exact population of a particular area or the city, what you can do, you can use the website which is run by Government of India for the Sensex. So last time Sensex was done in 2011. So until unless the government is not doing the Sensex survey, so you are going to use the previous data only. So you have to write in your reference that capital N was taken as so and so as per the Sensex 2011 basis. So you can see here how the formula has worked and how they have calculated the sample size. Now you can see that capital N is 2000 divided by 1 plus 2000 in the bracket 0.05 square, and if we done the calculation, we are going to find the sample size, and which was found to be 333. So either you are using a software called AppInfo or either you are using a software called RawSoft. Both will work behind this formula for the sample size of proportions or the sample size for the observational study. You can see how the RawSoft will be used. RawSoft is going to ask you the same things only, that what margin of error you expect in your study. You can write 2% or 3%. Mainly 5% is the common choice for the academic researchers. So most of the academic researchers are using this one as a 5%. So what confidence level do you need? Obviously, if we are taking a cutoff point for our study is 0.05, then confidence level will be 95%. And population size, this year we are going to take from the website Sensex, that area from where you want to conduct a survey. So here we are going to add the total population of that particular area in this column. So if we don't know that what was the exact population of that particular area and you don't have the reference, then also we can proceed by filling a option called 20,000. So if we don't have any idea that what was the population size of a particular area, for that reason we can use 20,000. Clear? So in the last, the software is going to ask you that what is the response distribution. You can say 50%. That means you are going to see both the side, positive side and the negative side, and leave this as 50% only. So software is going to calculate the sample size for you, and as per the data I have filled, the sample size was found to be 2399. So RawSoft is easily available on the website of RawSoft only, and you cannot download this software, but you can use this one as a online platform, whereas the AppInfo you can download in your mobile and you can calculate the sample size for the different studies. So either you are using a software, or either you are using through a calculation, by which mean you are going to use this formula given by Yamine 1967, or either this one to calculate the sample size. So how this table will be used, which is work on a Yamine formula. On the top you can see size of the population is written, that what was the population size of your area, and here they have written that what was the confidence level of your study. Either you are taking a 3%, either 5%, 7%, or 10%. So you cannot do a study if your population size is less than 1000. So this 3% is you are not eligible. So A will be assumed as that normal distribution of the population was not there in that particular area. So you cannot use 97% of confidence interval and chances of error as a 3%. So for that reason, what you have to do, you have to move to a further groups. I'll let you know. Just wait. Yeah, you have to take 5%, 7%, or the 10%. I just take one example that if you want to calculate a sample size for a population having 10,000, that means capital N of the city is 10,000. That means this, and you are taking a confidence interval of the study 97%, then your sample size is the 1000. If you are using a confidence interval 95%, 5% chances in your study, then your sample size is 385. And if you are taking a sample size by using a confidence interval of 93%, that means chances of error in your study will be 7%, then your sample size is 200. So you can see the difference, that as you will increase the confidence interval of the study, the chances of error in your study is less, but the sample size for your study is more. So lower the number of precision, higher the number of the sample size you are getting. So like this you can use this table, and this table will work for a population up to 1 lakh. And if any region or area where the sample size, if you want to calculate, and population size is having more than 1 lakh, so you can use this one, that for 3% sample size is 1111, for 5% it is 400, for 7% is 204, and for 10% it's 100. What this 10% means, that means the chances of error in your study will be 10%, and confidence level of your study is 90%. So either you can use the table 2, or either you can use the table 3. Table 3 does not show the confidence interval of 97%. It will show confidence interval of plus minus 5, plus minus 7, and plus minus 10. So, but it is having a bifurcation of for a smaller population. For example, here you can see that a difference of first we have a 100, then after that we have a difference of 1000, and after that we have a difference of 20,000 or 30,000, like that. But here we have a smaller distribution of the size of population. That means if the population size of a particular region is 100, for example, if we want to conduct a survey of a one class where only 100 students are there, clear, and your confidence interval of the study is 95%, so chances of error in your research will be 5%. So you don't have to take the whole 100 student for your class, you can take only 81 for your study. And if you want to keep 7% chances of error in your research, then you can take 67 students. And if you want to keep the 10% chances of error in your research, then you can keep 51%, 51 students as a sample size. So this your table will work up to 450, and if you want to go further that, then you have to switch to this table, where you can find the size of the population starting from the 500. So these two tables you can use as a reference where already calculation has been done. You don't have to do the calculation manually. Just for example, if your sample size you want to calculate for a study where the population size was found to be 6500, so you can take in the between. Either you can go for this row where population size is 6000, or you can go for this row where population size is 7000. So you will be in the intermediate of both. So by these means you can calculate the sample size either by using the software called AppInfo or by using a manual calculation. So don't forget to subscribe my channel. I will be going to inform you very soon that I'm going to make a video on a different topic called Mancova, then on a topic called hypothesis, as well as I'm going to introduce 5 different software for the PhD research scholars and how to make a thesis in a single word file. So don't forget to subscribe my channel, like and share. Take care.